here we go. So here is an interesting review of the Bang & Olufsen H3 IEMs, or earbuds. Now, I think it was 2015 or 16 that these came out, and I was able to get them at a very good price. And recently I went on Google and I was checking out the price on them, really, and I noticed that the price went up on them. So I guess now is a good time to make a video about it, because it seems like there's something going on in the market with these exact earbuds. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Maybe it's because the B&O just had their 98th birthday a few days ago, so maybe that sparked something. I'm not sure, but here they are, and let's go into the review. So they're very tiny. You can see my finger covers the whole bud, the whole driver unit and everything. Now, this outer part is real aluminum. That's real. And then this is plastic. And let me take off my ear tip right here. And you can see that nozzle protrudes a bit. It's a very interesting look. It reminds me of Darth Vader's mask. So let me put the tip back on. Now, on the H3, I have the final tips, just because I really like the final tips. They grip my ear better than really anything, and they fit better than basically every tip that I've ever tried. So I have a few final products, and I just kind of put the tips on whichever ones. So let me actually ravel this up and give you a closer look, so you can see how thin the cable is. You can see the aux right there, or what is that, 3.5 jack with the inline mic. You can see it is 3-pole. It's very small, and that is real aluminum right there. It's like brushed aluminum. Feels like it has some scratches in it. It's interesting. There is a little stress relief right there on the cable. Now, the cable feels like it can dry out, if you know what I mean. It's that texture that you find on some, like, toys, like cheap toys that you would use, like when you were a kid, and it would dry out, and then, like, you would rub it, and, like, the layer would come off of it. So that's that. I hope this doesn't dry out, and when I go like this one day, I hope black stuff doesn't fly everywhere. But maybe there's a way to keep it hydrated. I don't know. Let me just pull these out real quick so you can kind of see that. So this has like a shine to it. This doesn't feel like it's ever going to dry out. This is the final E3000 right there, and I have those there for a reason. I'll get into that. So here is the inline mic with the volume control, and in the middle is play and pause. The click is a little weak. It's a very minimal click. I don't know if you can hear that. The middle one clicks the loudest, but it's still not very clicky in the middle. And the edges, like the volume up and volume down rockers, they barely click, whatever. And now let's zoom in on the bud again. So you can see there's this black rubber, kind of like a strain relief. It would have been cool to see like an extended strain relief, kind of like what they did over here. But they didn't do that. There are holes in the back. These are considered open back, and that open back does work. It's kind of interesting. Now, when the song calls for it and the sound is far away, you do notice the sound further away, as if it's shooting out the back, but it's not too much. So the whole sound signature is warm, and it does have detail, and it does have good soundstage. With some break in, I think it would get a lot better. I haven't really played these too much because it's really just part of like my B&O collection. But I was listening to them thoroughly before this video, and they really reminded me of these right here, the Final Audio E3000. And there's just a few differences. So the E3000, you can blast and it never gets painful, at least to my ears. And also on their website it says every frequency is like even and whatever. So I think the purpose is to like have a bud that you can blast and not hurt yourself with. Now these almost achieve that actually, but the higher frequency noises sometimes become painful if you put it up too much, so you can't blast these to the max. But once you find that perfect volume, you get the soundstage, you get the detail, it's very warm, and certain sounds that like evoke an emotion or like add that extra element to make the song more immersive, it always stands out. So one example is Rejector by Nothing Nowhere. If you go listen to that song, you'll notice that there's kind of like a clanking wood right over here by your eye. That's kind of like where that sound is. And that with the vocals and the wide sound stage, because that song does have like a wider stage. It's like a very whooshy stage that goes out, or a whooshy sound that is like far out. Now that combination with played through these buds makes that song sound more like emotional and immersive. Now, right now, the price of these looks like it's skyrocketing. They're like $150 to or $170. Over here, they're $273. Now, would I buy them for that price? Not really. You get a very similar sound if you just have these, or if you get the Blonde 03, and you kind of just apply a little EQ, sounds similar. Also, the Final E2000 do remind me of these. Now, this is thinner. The Final E3000, the sound signature is like not as warm. I think it is bigger though, because the open back is larger, so you get more of a boom, but it's not as warm. And these just have like a certain feel to them. It's a very interesting thing. I guess it's like the B&O sound signature. That's what they go for. They go for that warmer, more emotional, like bigger or big-ish sound. And these do achieve that, but you can get that with other cheaper things that are $50, $30, $40. These aren't super analytical, but you do hear all the details when you turn the volume up enough. Now, if you are looking for these to add to your collection, I would say that it would be a good buy at like 100 to 120. And based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like they're going to hold their value. So maybe you could just buy them and keep them in a box. Or you could just buy them and listen to them, do whatever you want. But they seem to be a little overpriced at the moment, especially because that wire is so thin and it feels like it's just gonna flake one day. Also, this part right here is kind of cheap. Yeah, if I rub my fingernail on it, it kind of like leaves white marks. I think that's ruined now, actually. Like maybe I could rub that away. I don't know. But let's see. Also, it's silver plated, not even gold plated. So this would wear out if you're using this every single day, plugging it in and out of like a Focusrite or DAX or DAPS. It's gonna, show wear and tear and scratches all over the place. And since it's not gold plated, it's gonna get a little thinner, a little faster than if it was gold plated. So overall, they are very good, but not worth like almost $200. That's kind of crazy, but they are B&O, so you're getting that brand, and you're getting that sound signature. You're getting the very specifics, like those niche things that you want to get when you purchase a B&O product. So if you want those little niche things like the sound signature and the B&O logo and the look of it, they really are one of a kind. So for that reason, it might be worth the price. But the sound quality, you could just get for like $50 or $30. So I think that's it. That is my review of the B&O H3 earbuds.